All right, here we go. Today's message is open like a boss. So I know right off the bat, somebody is thinking this is about me. It's not. There's 5 stores, all pretty much doing very similar things. And it's a path, it's a progression of where we've come and where we are, where we came from and where we are. Now, I understand that when I ran a store every day, day in and day out as a manager, it was different and a different expectation than I am expecting from you guys. I completely understand that. I worked every single day open to close. I worked every day like I was gonna own a restaurant because I knew that I was gonna own a restaurant. So when it came to opening, that was an opportunity to, well, number one, I slept because I was working almost 100 hours a week. So when I'm getting off at 11 and 12 o'clock at night, I didn't get to my store until 10 o'clock. And so that was my expectation. In fact, Carlton was given that same standard and expectation. He arrived at work at 10. That was what was set for him and that standard that was expected. And he was to open the entire store between 10 and 11. At 11 o'clock, a server would come in. We'd usually ask that they get there 5 minutes early so that we're able to open that door. Everything was done. Everything was done by one person. It was done fast, efficiently, in order, and it always got done. Now, Burlington is the only exception which does the fryers every day. Mebane, when we ran it, had fryers 3 times a week and a truck 2 times a week, and then the 2 days that had nothing. Those were the easy days. In my day, it was Wednesday and Sunday. You still got there at 10, but they were extra cleaning days. So you didn't have any opening. You could open faster than an hour, but you had to be there in an hour to get your hot pots hot and your grills hot. So you took that extra time to do extra cleaning on those 2 days a week. And we were able to do it in an hour, and it was one person. That's all the chairs down. That's the ketchups out. That's the tea made, both teas, unsweetened tea, sugar water. That's if the truck came, it's putting the entire truck away. Guys, my truck was twice what you guys are putting away. My store did $80,000 a week. Y'all are pushing 50. 80,000. So my trucks were twice as big as yours. I was putting them in the same coolers that you're using, and I was doing it 3 times faster than you. I was able to rotate my product. I was able to label things that needed to get done. It can be done. But here's what's important and why the message is open like a boss. It's a job. You know, you sit there, your job is to be under pressure. The job of anybody is to go to work and be under pressure. You want to make more money, you absorb that pressure. The pressure is the money. So if you're trying to get there at 8 o'clock in the morning and it takes you 2 hours to get the job done, you're not under pressure to do the job. And it kind of goes back, if you remember, to the whole circle philosophy. If you have too much time, then you're not giving the highest standard. Believe it or not, having more time to do it is getting less done than having that pressure. Now, there is a fine line because there's a point where you can't get everything done. What I'm asking is that when you open, are you pushing yourselves? Are you pushing yourselves, timing certain things to know that I don't want to drop in quality because that is never what I'm asking, and I'm not sending out a double message. I'm not telling anybody what time they need to be at work and how they need to open. What I am saying is when I walk in at 11 into your store, there are things that are not done. There are things that could have been done, but there isn't enough pressure on the person doing the opening to get it done. So we would wipe off the tables, pick up the napkin dispenser, and wipe underneath it. That was within that 1 hour. We would put the custard machine together prior to sanitizing it. That was within that hour. We would start custard that morning it was making before we opened. That was within our hour. And I'm not seeing all those things done, and I know that it can be done. The reason I tell you what's possible is because I want you to strive to reach it. It doesn't mean you can right away, but you have to know what's out there. You have to know that some of you guys are not getting done what you need to get done. I had a manager that one time, he got there early. And I never argued with him getting there early because he wiped his entire cook line down with so much Dawn and soapy water that it would blind me when I walked in, because he knew that he had that extra time and he intentionally wanted his store to be spotless and perfect when he used his time in the morning to do it. And he ran 20% increases month on top of month on top of month. And that was his mindset: clean, neat, and get it done. And I think right now we're just barely getting the fryers done. We're just barely getting some stuff done. We're moving slowly. I see people sit down eating breakfast. I see people looking at their phone, talking on their phone, you know, it's all about my music. I have to stop. I mean, literally, if you stop after every third song to change the song, 5-10 minutes are lost just in your music. You're taking it out, putting it back, text messages. These things are taking time. You've got to understand that you should have a drive, a passion, and a push. So start paying attention. That's what I want from you. Pay attention to how long it's taking you to open. Make a list of 5 things you could do more than what you're doing in that time, so that you're progressively getting faster, not just to be faster, but to achieve more in the time that you have, because that is what is going to make you better. And as individuals, I'm looking for employees and people that want to grow, not just in the business, but grow as people. And I'm telling you it's possible, and I want you to try to go and try to achieve what is possible. Change the expectation and the standard that you have for your staff that's doing opening, and know that they can be pushed. You can be pushed. That's what we do. You cannot grow and be better if you think that all you're doing is the best that you can do. All right, so push, not a bash. Everybody is working hard, but when you want to look at your labor, I'm pretty sure, I'll double check, but pretty much every store is losing 30 minutes every single morning, which is putting them about 4 hours over on their payroll just from the ability to open in the morning 30 minutes faster. And if you're gonna be there for those 30 minutes and you're gonna get paid for it, find a way to invest that time into doing more things in the same amount of time. I was there, I did what you do. I know that there are problems. I know people call, I know people come in and want to talk to you. I know that the grease spills, you come in and there's water all over the floor. There are things that interrupt your opening, and I know that. And you have to work through it, and you have to push through it, or you get there early, and when there's nothing that goes wrong, you are able to capitalize on that by getting more things done. So start thinking this week, set a goal and say, I am going to open like a boss. Okay? Go for it, guys.